I'm just telling you, like,
I can move.
well, just, you're out of screen. So if you join the front row, then
We're live. So
Oh.
just,
thank you.
Okay, good morning. I'd like to call the Environmental Services Committee meeting to order. Is there any pecuniary interest?
None.
I have none.
so there was the minutes of the last meeting, which is over a year ago, where we actually had an official meeting.
Yeah.
This were recirculated. At that time, staff was given approval to go ahead with some more of the planning work for a building over at the Environmental Services Department. Jay has been working on getting some quotes from different proponents to do design work for us. You've been working with MIG, BM Ross.
No, BMS it was MIG, Fraser Collins, and then Matten Construction.
Okay.
Chemical.
So two of the three companies has been working with, they kind of do a package deal where it's a percentage of the cost of the project, and they don't really break it down into phases as we required here. Council approved $22,000 in the budgets back in January of last year. And it's taken us some time to get to a place where we had a recommendation to bring forward. MIG has kind of given us a proposal in a 3-phased approach, and I've circulated that proposal. The first phase is, I'm going to bring up the document and share it. Did you see that document, Bev?
Yes.
I have it on my iPad.
Okay, good. So the first phase of the project, is appendix, I think it's, you go to appendix A. And it's $19,421. We've budgeted $22,000. What this basically does is it does a bit of site plan, kind of preliminary site plan work. A floor layout for the building, and kind of a needs assessment. And then at the end of it, a cost estimate. So that would be done. We could authorize that work. Pretty much, committee would make a recommendation to authorize that today. It would get finalized and approved at the council meeting on Tuesday, the 28th of November. And then we'd authorize MIG to begin with the work right after that. Then they are saying about 6 weeks to have that work done. I would anticipate we might have that by the end of January. With Christmas break and everything, I think, late January to mid-February, I think is when we could anticipate getting a report back from them that recommends a layout and does a rough cost estimate for us. At that point, council could reevaluate at that time to move forward. And then the second phase is the main kind of the meat and bones of the whole project. It's where they do all the civil engineering, the electrical engineering, all that work gets done. The building gets designed to a point where it's ready to go to tender. It goes to tender and the tenders are evaluated. The cost of that is approximately $65,000. And at that point, we would have bids in from construction companies and we would actually know the final cost of the building. And then the third phase is just, I think it's about another 15,000 or so, 16,500. And that's the construction supervision phase. So the big part of the project is the actual design work of the building and then taking it and preparing tenders and doing the tender evaluation. So it breaks it up into chunks. It makes use of the budget that was approved this year. And it takes us a step forward, and then kind of it allows council to kind of move forward on a step-by-step plan. So that's the recommendation. If we go back, so that's their estimate. I'm gonna stop sharing that. Unless, are there any questions on that proposal from MIG at this point?
I have
No.
none.
And as I
None.
say, okay, the main reason we're going with MIG is because they break it out into that phased approach for us, where the others is kind of you take the whole project.
It's basically it's a percentage of the total. So if whatever the project comes in, if it's agreed on 10%, then it's 10% of whatever the final cost is.
And then we're gathering knowledge as we go through each of these processes. So it's not one big lump sum
Yeah.
drop.
There's different decision points.
Yeah.
In this model. So you need a recommendation then?
Yeah, I'm just opening up a report here with a recommendation and
That's on that memo right in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so the recommendation, I'll share this again.
Oh,
The
yeah.
recommendation is that we forward a recommendation to council to have MIG move forward as soon as possible with preliminary site planning as well as building design and floor plans. And then that we plan budgetary costs to go ahead with the tendering and building of the project. So that's, as we've talked about, that's incorporated into the 2024 environmental services budget. There is a budget line there for both a revenue for a loan from an Infrastructure Ontario and the cost of the construction of the building. So that's the second part of this recommendation. The first part is that we forward this to MIG to have them, or we forward a recommendation to council to have MIG proceed with the design stage of the project.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and move that recommendation.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Ready?
So as you said, we've already approved the money. This is just really approving a next step of how we're spending that money.
That's right. So
And
yeah,
getting some hard numbers moving
Yeah.
forward, getting that
Yeah.
knowledge.
Yeah,
so-
so approve which engineer, like what out of the options.
Yeah.
This is the one we're recommending.
Yeah, that's what today is really doing is it's, staff were to come back to committee and council with a recommendation on how to proceed with the design project based on the money we had in the budget, and this is what we can do with that, so.
Okay.
Anything beyond this would be part of the 2024 budget.
Okay. So that was-
How to spell one word?
we have a date for the next meeting.
How to spell HOLLY? Or there's
Of this committee?
Yeah.
No, it would be, we would do it as soon as we get the report back from MIG.
Okay. No, it's just number 7 on my
Okay,
agenda here, so that's why I asked. I didn't see anything on there.
Yep.
Okay, well, if there's nothing else, we can adjourn.
okay.
All right, thank you.